Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. Of course, Nathan and Nick, how are you, boys?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yourself?
Good. I'm really good.
So well.
That's good. They were doing the Brady Bunch thing. You guys, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm up there, you're up there, I'm down here. But, thanks for joining us on the show, though, dudes. It's good to finally catch up with you, especially, after everything that's happened over the last year.
Yeah, man. It's good to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure to be on.
Excellent. Well, your band Atlas has just released your latest single. Now, how do you pronounce it? Is it Comethazine? Comethazine.
Comethazine.
Comethazine. See?
Yeah.
I'm old and can't speak English. It's got such a massive response. This thing has just exploded. It's racked up currently, from what I could see, it was 36,000 views in YouTube's. And was it like 20,000 Spotify streams? Incredible, dude. Like over the last few weeks.
Oh, the numbers have jumped, like spiked so quickly.
It was just like, I don't know. It was just like some dudes picked it up on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. And it's just gone a bit nuts, to be honest. Which is really good to see.
So they're using the song in their TikToks?
Yeah, some guy with like 132,000 followers on TikTok. I think his name's Breakdown King. He put a video up and he's just, it's got like stupid amount of views on there, and Hardcore Keem as well.
Wow.
Reacted to it, and it's just been
like
all over the place.
Like that.
Nick Nocturnal as well. So just a few people that picked it up, and just a couple
people sharing it.
Yeah, it's been
pretty good.
It feels amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's like probably one of the coolest things ever. It's just blown up.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have really started the year off quite positive. You did the tour, the songs come out and just smash it everywhere. You know, you're going into the year on top form.
Absolutely. Definitely a big pickup from the way last year went anyway. Well, first half of last year anyway. So it's good to hit the ground running this year.
Absolutely. And the song lyrically, draws similarities between being stuck in a toxic relationship and being controlled by drug addiction, which is very common and relatable for a lot of people out there these days. But did this come from a personal experience or someone you know? What inspired this song?
This song, I mean, without going into like too much detail about it, is in aspects, yes, a personal perspective on the song. Like when I sat down with Borthy during our lockdowns and writing lyrics like that, and we could originally written the song around the end breakdown of the song. Like we wrote the end breakdown and then basically just worked all the lyrics around that.
Man, it's an amazing song. But the title, it's named after, is it Purple Drake? Is that the title, or is it, what's the title come from? Because I was trying to look into it. I know there's a rapper with that name, but is that what the title was referring to?
Nah, so Comethazine is the mixing of promethazine and codeine, like cough medicine and painkillers and stuff like that. So that's what. It's just coincidentally there's a guy named Comethazine, which I had no idea about until afterwards when I looked it up. I was like, oh, there's a rapper named Comethazine as well.
Have you heard from him at all? Have you heard?
No, I've never listened to him. No.
Wow. But you worked with Scottie Simpson from Alpha Wolf on it too. He's done an incredible job. How was it working with him?
Working with Scottie was such a good time. Like it's very like, very business, but you also get to have fun as well at the same time. Like, when you've got to actually, you can take a break and muck around and whatever, but when it's time to get to work, it's time to get to work.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds incredible. And I mean, I did notice that the song isn't on Apple Music at the moment, though. Is that coming?
It's not.
Is it not going to be, or is it going to be?
Oh, it will be eventually on Apple Music. It's just, we've just had so much issues with every single that we've released lately with Apple Music, because it's all just an artwork issue thing, because they want the songs to be released with the single name on the artwork. Whereas if we do that, then it messes everything else up later down the track. Like, if we want to release the EP again, then we have to release it again rather than using what's already been released. So then, like, Spotify streams and stuff like that, it all gets like messed up and jumbled. So the only way to sort of make it work was to, unfortunately, not have it on Apple Music for the meantime. And then once it becomes to releasing everything, then we just use the ISRC codes, and then it'll be on Apple Music as a whole. But just until that happens, we've got to just wait. And it's, every time we've been releasing a song, everyone's like, why isn't it on Apple Music? Why isn't it on Apple Music? And I'm like, we're trying. They're just not giving us the time of day.
I had the exact same problem. Like a month, man. Took like a month. Our last single was out all over the place, and Apple Music were dragging it. So Apple, pick up.
It's an Apple issue, not an us issue.
No, see, exactly. That's what I want to clear up. Is because Apple are like, I don't know. Yeah, pick up.
Literally, like when we released Sorrow, like the last single before all the new stuff, because we had like all like the kanji and different characters in the background, they literally like pinged that and said, nah, you can't use it because there's all this extra stuff, and basically said, we don't understand what this means. And I'm like, it's just Atlas in kanji. Like, there's no extra characters. Like, it's literally just the band name repeating itself. And they flagged it and was just being very difficult about it. And we had to end up changing the artwork to be what it is now, just to make it suit. Otherwise, it was going to be the same thing. We couldn't get on Apple Music.
We had a problem where we were lumped in with another band stuff. It was like all our tracks were with someone else's, and someone else's was their ours. Everywhere else was fine. Only Apple Music. See, there you go. It doesn't matter because it's out everywhere.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we've got the same thing too. Like, there's a Spanish rapper or something that's named Atlas as well. And if you go on Apple Music, I'm pretty sure you type us in and we all come in together. But he's got like 2 songs, so it's like you see one of his songs and the next minute's all of ours, and then his is like right at the bottom again. So I've like contacted them to say, can you like fix this? And they still haven't done anything about it.
Man, but at least, I mean, you never know. You might have people showing up the shows or his shows being like, hey, where's that song? That break? Where's the song? And he's like, they're like, bring us that Aussie band now. See, that's, that's gonna, there's always a silver lining. But
if I see the Spanish community just like spike up, then I know why.
Yeah. And Colin Jeffs did the video for it too. He's a great dude. He's a real
lovely dude.
Yeah. How was it working with him?
So easy. He's just so easy to work with. Like, probably the easiest music video I've ever done. He just knows exactly what he wants and gets it out of you so easily. Like, it's just like hanging with a mate, and he's got a camera, It's just so easy, and he just got such a good result out of it as well. So like, we couldn't be happier working with him, to be honest.
Are you going to work with him again, do you reckon?
Yeah, we do have plans to.
I see that. I was going to say, are we saying too much?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
Come on, it's your mate.
Yes, we are. We're working with him in the future.
Yeah.
Twisted me arm.
Is there a new single or EP or album? What are you guys cooking up?
We've got a few more singles that are coming out that will eventually roll into an EP as like combined, because we're basically just like drip feeding singles at this point for like, I think at least every 8 to 10 weeks we're sort of gonna be dropping singles. So you'll see something very soon come up. So everyone be on the lookout for that. You'll see something popping up very soon.
Did you record all the tracks together? Was that the plan? And you said that's...
Yeah. We recorded everything together, and basically because we wanted everything just to be ready to go. So then when the time came, we could just sit back and not have to stress about things and just know that everything was organized. So then we could spend time focusing on other aspects like the next sort of stuff and, everything else.
And you get to get excited about it. Every time it's like a new track, instead of just dropping the whole EP at once, you're like, hey.
Yeah.
So
People's attention spans these days are just a lot shorter, I feel like. So, you just keep yourself in the public eye a lot longer than just dropping everything at once. And then it's like a month of everyone listening to it and going, this is great. And then like you don't come out with anything for another year or so. I feel like that's the way the music industry is sort of heading these days anyway.
Do you think that albums are becoming a thing of the past?
No, I think albums are fine. I think it's like just dropping like EPs. Like if you have like a 7-track EP, and then if you decide you want to drip feed the singles, by the time you've released one single and the momentum starts to go down, you've already dropped the next one. So you're starting to go back up again. And by doing so, you also get time to fill in space of content by doing like, guitar playthroughs or drum playthroughs, other things like that. So you constantly got content coming through. So then you've basically now set your setup for a whole year. Whereas you spent, 18 months doing an EP or whatever, drop it. And then next minute, the hype's gone in a couple of months. And then you're like, well, I need to get back on top again and keep doing things. Albums, I think, are fine as long as you market everything and plan everything accordingly to suit. I think, just as dropping an EP, I think is just, better off just doing singles or do an album.
I think it's the way of the future. Definitely the way unless you're Apple Music.
We don't know what they're doing.
I'm not going to let them off the hook. But now your other recent singles now, is it, how do you pronounce
Kodakushi.
Kodakushi and Nazareth? I can say that one. See, I'm old. They got amazing responses as well, and you can definitely hear the evolution of the band in there over the years. What's your thoughts on where you are now compared to before and where you guys are headed? Nathan.
I'll let you start with Nathan. You go first.
Well, I only joined the bands in halfway through last year, I think. The band's had 2 previous vocalists before me, so I can't really speak on how the band was feeling before I was here. But since I've been here, it's just been like really good like vibes, to be honest. Like, we're just like vibe well, and everything just gels so well, and we're just loving where we're heading with musical direction, and just the response everyone's giving us is just showing us that we're going in the right direction as well. So yeah, that's all I can really speak on. Clavs can probably tell you about how it feels from before.
I mean, yeah, look, it's definitely a lot of maturity, a lot of growing up. Like we were like on the cusp of just like turning 23, like 22, 23 when we first started. And we were definitely like, young, naive, had really no idea what we were sort of getting ourselves into. And like, and also saying that too, we didn't really expect it to sort of, just jumpstart straight off like that as it did when we first started. Like we were kind of expecting just to be like, just a bunch of country boys mucking around, having a good, like having fun, whatever else. And then next minute was sort of like, from day one, it was just all ghost, like all systems go. And I found after doing the first record and really like learning about ourselves and just feeling of everything, and now realizing this is a more like matured sound that we always wanted. Because when we started, we didn't know what we wanted. We just we were literally, when we were releasing the first EP, we were literally dropping songs as we were writing them. Like we finished a song, all right, quick, send that out. And then we'd be like, okay, now we've got to back that one up. Whereas we actually have sat down now and really thought about what we want to do and where we want to be. So maturity is definitely a big one. And even like now going to shows, we see like the old faces that we had when we first started, but now getting to see like that new fresh batch of like people come out of COVID that haven't been able to go to shows and stuff. It's just so great. Like they've given it 110%.
That's awesome. And of course, Nathan, I mean, jumping into the band, last year and hit the ground running like it has. How's that experience been for you?
Really positive for me, to be honest. I don't know, I was in a band before COVID like sort of hit, and then as COVID hit, that all sort of just went to shit. We were just not doing anything anymore. Everyone sort of went, no, I need to get a job, and I need to do this and that, and I need to get an apprenticeship, and I was sort of bummed about that. And then Atlas hit me up, and it's just been, as soon as I walked in the room, it was just perfect fit. I think they felt it as well. I felt it. And it's just been so good to it's just like constant, like we're just doing stuff, like, because we all just, the vibes are just on, so yeah, it's just great.
Did you guys know each other beforehand?
No, we did not. I think Clavs had heard a couple of my old bands, or Invertebrate at least, and sort of knew me from that. And then when they were on the lookout for a new vocalist, he sort of was just hitting people up, and he hit me up and asked if I'd be interested. And I was like, hell yeah. Showed me a couple of the new tracks they were working on and stuff, and I was like, yep, this is right up my alley. So yeah.
I said to 30 Seconds of Nazareth, and you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how's it working with him, Nick?
Oh, it's great. Like because when we first started, the two vocalists we'd had never been vocalists before. So to get someone that's had that experience and knows what they need to do, and that, it just makes life so much easier. Like I don't have to worry about what he's doing or anything like that. I can just focus on what I got to do, and I know that he's going to do a good job, and he's going to do it, 110% every time. Like, it's just a great feeling just to be able to sit back and focus on what I need to do, and just, it's great. I couldn't ask for anything better.
No.
High five through the window. Yeah. But you guys contributed a cover of the Presets "My People" to the it was a compilation fundraiser, wasn't it?
Yes, for Beyond Blue.
For Beyond Blue. That's right. What was was it a podcast who put it together, or
what
we do on the weekend or something?
Yeah, what we did on the weekend, boys, put that together as a fundraiser. Yeah.
Man, that vinyl looks incredible.
Right.
Have you guys got one?
I have not got one.
I bought one.
Someone's.
Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah, I bought one. Yeah. Got to support.
Yeah, but I mean, you're on with a whole bunch of other excellent bands as well. How's it feel to be part of that, and contributing to such a good cause, and seeing all these other bands rising up with you as well?
It was definitely one of those like small little goal things to be like, oh, it'd be so cool to do something like that, and to get asked that opportunity, I was like, hell yeah, like, let's definitely do it. And it's just awesome because like a few of those bands we're good mates with as well, so like getting to like grow up with them as well and be like, hey, you're on this as well, like it's gonna be an awesome piece to look back at and just go, man, that was a good time, and also getting to support a great cause at the same time too. So, and
that song's a banger too.
Yeah. Dude, it's like by far like the heaviest tuning song we've got. It's just so ridiculous.
How's it go live for you?
It's been good.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
I don't really like playing it live that much, but and I don't think Borthy does either, because he's got to sing like in it as well. Like, he doesn't really like singing it that much, but the crowd loves it, and it's just a great vibe. Like, for people that don't know our bands, like, it's a good one to play because they know, everyone knows that song in Australia. So, it's just good to see people just going, nah, sort of thing.
I just remember at the Evelyn, there was like a literal shuffle pit.
Yeah. It's just vibes, it's good vibes.
Talking about for good vibes, you guys just come back from a little trip away with the Alienist, little run.
Yeah, we did.
The boys.
Yeah.
The boys.
How was that?
That was a good run. We've become really close friends with those boys really quick. They're just killer blokes, and they work really hard as well, same as us. So we identify with them on that one a lot. So, all the shows were great. It was just a great run, and we had a blast. So, yeah.
Even just like touring in general, it was great to be back on the road.
Oh,
It did feel right going to the airport after like 2 years of not being able to fly anywhere.
Yeah, we were on the plane about to leave Melbourne to go to Brisbane, and we were just like, someone's going to come on the plane and tell us that we're not allowed to do this. Like,
it's like, shut it down.
Surely, like, Dan Andrews is going to come on and be like, nah, lockdown again.
Sake.
Start the plane.
Yeah.
You did it. I'm bummed I missed that show. That would have been killer. What was that, the Bright Side? We
did not play the Bright Side.
It was King Lear's.
King Lear's. That's right.
Yeah.
I think hanging to play there. How was it?
It's an intimate venue, that's for sure. It's
I
think it's 100 cap room, and it's just like a narrow, straight sort of building, but like you get a few bodies in there, like it goes off.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really fun.
I love that.
Nathan and Borthy were on the floor.
Because there's no
so tight on stage with five of us, and like Borthy's trying to like sing in that, and there's literal fists like this close to his microphone as he's like trying to perform, so he's like ducking and weaving.
They're some of the best ones, but
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It was so good. Like first show tour, I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah, it was good. A piss down just before we had to load in. This storm rolled through Brisbane, and it absolutely poured down. It was like flooding in the streets and shit, and we're just like the boys. I think did they get there by taxi? I think
we got the Mac. Old mate just dumped us in the middle of the road while it's pouring down rain, like throwing across the road.
It was fun.
Hey man, that's awesome. You got some shows coming up as well, don't you? With was it Earthcaller and Loon and Druid?
Yeah, April 16th. Easter Saturday.
Northcote Social Club.
When is it? April 16.
Yep, April 16.
Man, ticking down the days. That looks. I wish that was happening up here. That looks like it's going to be a killer show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. That show's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, all those bands is crazy, and it's pretty close to being sold out. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah,
I think it's at least 90% sold out. So,
like last month, it's like less than 50 tickets. So it's
so there's not many tickets left. So it's gonna go off. And that one's been rescheduled a couple of times. I think that was meant to happen late last year, maybe, or early this year. Anyway. Yeah. So they've been waiting for that one, so it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna go off.
I wish the Druid boys are good dudes.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice dudes. We played with them on the last show of our tour. They were second band up. Yeah,
they were at the Bloody Hall. Yeah.
So like main support for us and Alienists. So yeah, they're mad dudes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what else do you guys have coming up for the rest of the year? More releases. There's we
got more releases coming, more merch drops. Like we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and dropping individual merch drops for every single. Plenty of shows coming up that I can't say just yet, but
come on, mate.
I can't because I haven't given the old clear to say yet. But there's definitely shows and all that coming. Like we've spent a lot of last year planning for this year, so we're making sure everything's locked in, and we're going to have a nice run this year. So,
Goldie,
we are going to be hitting quite a few places. a bit later in the year.
Yeah,
We'll be hitting quite a few places, so we'll definitely be seeing your face, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, but until then, keep your secrets. But
I'll be sure to give you the inside scoop when the time comes.
yeah, fuck yeah, I'd be down for that for sure, But until then, dudes, thanks for hanging out on the show. It's been awesome.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Hanging
Thank
out.
you so much.
Of course, we'll have the
Anytime.
links all down here. And when those tour dates and stuff come up, and whatever you got cooking up, we'll be behind it. So until then, stay safe, dudes. Keep kicking ass, and we'll see you hopefully up in Queensland again very soon.
Absolutely.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having us.
So much. Thank you.
Thanks, lad.